Hello guys, this is Monkey back for a behind the scenes video for the Be Nice to Your Pig This Christmas video. So what this is the rig, the Steve rig that's animated and on the timeline bin stuff. I'm not sure how to really say stuff about this because I don't animate much, but I've got into it quite a lot. And yeah, so what you have here is your viewport, and the viewport is just basically these geometric shapes like here, which are imported from the world using a program called Mineways, and that gets put in, and then you put stuff in and animate it with keyframes. Now let's get out this camera mode a second. Oh, camera mode a second. That's just like that because I was zoomed in. Zoom out a bit. Oh. So that's the camera there. Let's get around it. Come on, don't embarrass me in front of the YouTubes. Oh, stupid camera. So this is the camera here that you can see half of. Oh, there we go. And as it goes round, you can see that it just basically pans around on him. But that little bump in the camera there, it goes back and forth. Yeah, I don't particularly like that bit, but I didn't really know how to get rid of it. But yeah, at that point there, that's the point at which it goes into his eye. Here, you can't probably see that very well. So this is like the render thing, and it renders it out in the viewport. Now this takes a while. Now this is just one frame, bear in mind. Right, and this will take about 30 to 40 seconds, and probably maybe a bit longer because I'm recording. So you can actually really get perspective of how long it took to render out. Let's see, 800 frames. So 40 seconds a frame. It took about 12 hours to render out one of these clips, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which is the pig zoom in clip. So yeah, this is just this here, and that actually gets repeated a couple times. So I actually stopped it when it got to here, and then I stopped it about there, and then I just copied this bit here, and I just pasted that clip loads and loads of times so it looked like, because this is just the same. And this is at the point where if I show you my Premiere Pro, then this is what it is. This is the image overlay here, the dream house, which is another file. So I've got the opacity of this quite, so it just zooms in. If I look at the whatchamacalled over here, where'd it go? Controls, effect controls. Yeah, here we go. So basically this goes in, these are keyframes, so it just sets the point and transitions between them. If you don't understand keyframes, then I suggest you go watch some tutorials for Premiere Pro. But okay, so we're back in here, and I'm going to show you the next scene. That was the intro, which you might recognise. Now the next one is the house. Aha, yeah, here we go. So you might think this looks a little bit different. Here's inside. This is a house which I found on the interwebs. And I just took off the full front of the house. Let's undo that. Okay, so this is the front of the house here. This is what the camera sees, which is there. And yeah, this is just basically a massive hoose, a mahoosive hoose that I found on the interwebs. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I shoved some lights in there, which you might be able to see, I'm not sure. Let's get them here. There's one, there's two, there's three, and there's four. Camera, the physical sky, and then you got all these wood blocks and all the blocks that went into creating the actual house. Oh, went back through mountainside over there. But yeah, so this is the house, which is his dream house, which goes into his eye. Now let's go into the next one, which is let's see this one. Yeah, let's go with this one. So these are the controls for the pig. You can see his little mouth there. Let's get out of the camera a second. Oh, oh crap. Not so good with these controls yet. Bear with me. I'm getting there. So these are the controls for his mouth here. You can see if I highlight the actual pig rig, then you can go to user data. Then you can go to the mouth and you can animate the mouth, how it looks and stuff. I quite like the ears on this pig, which is why I chose it. Not because of the rig, because there are some better rigs out there, but you know, this one's just cool. So you got the mouth expression. You can do smiley pig. You can do. Let's try this. Let's try to do a there. Grinning pig. Looks a bit creepy. And you can also adjust the mouth position. Over here you have the teeth. So if I just open up the mouth a second, you can see the chompers coming down. I didn't actually animate the teeth too. I just left them at a predefined state. So if I just undo that and do that, that's what I left it as. And then the mouse is just animated around it. Next up on here we have the eyes. Now the eyes are quite difficult because you have to get them both aligned in the square, and I found it difficult to try and get the emotions in the eyes right, because if you have it like that, even just a tiny bit, it looks very angry. But like that, it looks very sad, and then if you like that, it looks like he's had a stroke or something. But yeah, and then the eye movement, you can you can also do something cool, which is the eye size. See, Stoner Pig. You can actually have them popping outside of his head as well, which I thought was pretty funny. Dun, dun, dun. Don't know what I was doing there. Anyway, let's carry on. So that was the pig. Actually, I'll just show you the entire scene thing. So this is basically the zoom in thing. One thing I did notice in the after I put it on YouTube is that over here, if you can see my mouse, like over behind the pig, you can see the edge of the world which I imported, which is, let's see, there's a dustbin lorry outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Sorry if you can. Oh, this controls, man. Oh no. Yeah, the edge of the world over here. You can also see it over here, but that sucks balls. Next one to go into is the, building house. Yeah, building house. Let's go with this. So this is the part where Steve is building his bigger house. So he's pushing this wood block in. This wood block is actually, I had to completely animate it separately. The world is built with this house. Is built with this house. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't embarrass me in front of the YouTubes. Okay, so this one here, I'm gonna build this separate world. Yeah, and this block I left out the actual world, so I could push it in here. So this block is just a recreation of it in Cinema 4D, which is the program I'm using to do this, by the way, because a lot of people asked what are you using. But yeah, I'm using Cinema 4D, guys. Probably saw it up here, but yeah, if you want some Cinema 4D tutorials, by the way, I might do some what is that noise outside? It's like a screeching. I have no idea. Anyway, I might do some Cinema 4D tutorials for you guys if enough people want them. But yeah, because it's quite interesting. So that's that. As he's pushing it in, it goes around, pans in, and then we got the pig jumping, and yeah. See, he's nice and happy now because he's got a house. But yeah, these character animation is a lot harder than the actual pig one. So if I just step out the camera a second, let's get around and let's go into here. You can see that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so you can see that his arms are actually backwards, but I didn't really know how to fix that, so I just left it in, hoping nobody would notice. I put that in, and then it looks a bit weird at that point because he's just sort of just like leaning at him mid-air. But yeah, you don't really notice it because that's the point at which the camera is panning over his head and you just see the torso of his body. So, and then that zooms around. Now the next thing to show you is the finishing scene, which is here. And now this is where they're both in their houses. I'll just come out of the camera a second. They're both in their houses, like so. And yeah, the camera is panning around the pig, and then it jumps through the window to see the other guy. But you can actually see it a lot better in the render than you can in the actual thing, because these white lines on the glass actually like obstruct the view of the pig, which I didn't realise until after again. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, see what else we got. Got the parody of Cinema 4D. This was a test world I did, I think. Yeah, this was a test world I did for the pig, so I could just test out the emotions and the other stuff. Ooh. Oh, well, topsy-turvy pig. Why not? Okay, see you later, pig. Okay, I think that's all of those. So what we're going to jump into now is the Premiere Pro here. Now, this is the Premiere Pro file in which I did everything. I did it in CC, so that's quite cool because I like CC. It's a lot better, I feel. That screeching is still going on outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that, guys. Dustbin men. Probably shouldn't have done it on a Friday morning. But yeah, so this is a cross dissolve on the intro to link up with the fading in and the music. And then we got the intro actual clip here, which is this music here. Be nice to your pig this Christmas music. These are all the clips here. You can pan through them in the viewer thing. And basically it's just a drag and drop process. Actually, let's just zoom out here a second. And let's skip to over here, which is where most of it happens, over here at the end. And you can see the nice transition effects, which are all done with these titles. So these are just like, no, opened up in the wrong screen. Oh, come on, over here. No, you're not working. Okay, well that isn't working. Oh, freaking lag. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. So this is the title clip thing, which is just loading. I'm sorry this is taking a while, guys. I haven't had a graphics card in like months. Here we go. So this is the title, and the title is complete. These are completely separate to the background. So for instance, if I had this over here, then they would be here. But these are only visible when you actually drag them in and make them visible. But yeah, these are just tags that I chose because I like the font. This is the background and stuff. These are the clips of my thing to go at the end. Here and here and here. These I thought were pretty cool. These coming soon things. I actually did those in Cinema 4D, and I'll show you where. Oh, so I just deleted the pig from there, and one of the coming soon things was there, coming soon. As you can see there, that one there. And then the other one, this one, was done in another location over here. So not too far away. But they had, if I just show you, to MoGraph, what's it gone? Motext. And of course the Motext is going to show up like right over here. You know what, it's lagging out. Anyway, oh, no it's not, is it? I don't know. Let's go to E, and then that'll be able to bring this. Oh, okay, well, let's just not bother with it. But yeah, Motext, and it's got some cool effects on it. The render settings I used, if you want to know, are not these actually. Let's go into a proper window. Let's go into, let's see, start. Okay, let's go to here, render settings. So it's 1920 by 1080. The resolution is a bit higher than usual, so I don't get the weird fading line things. Next thing is the save, which is just AVI movie, and I exported it in not Microsoft RLE, because that effed up a lot of times. It left me with like completely crappy video, just like 10 times. So I used the Intel IYUV codec, not anything special. You probably don't have all these ones, these Fraps and TechSmith ones, because Fraps is for Fraps and TechSmith is for Camtasia, which I'm using to record now. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, these are called Global Illumination and let's try that again. Global Illumination and Ambient Inclusion. Now what these do, they're pretty cool things. So Global Illumination oh dear, I can't get my words out, is basically you can actually see things in the shadows. So even though the light source is coming from one direction, in the real world it sort of bounces off things. That's what global illumination does. And ambient occlusion does almost the same thing, but it just lights up shadows and stuff more than it does the actual blocks and stuff. Oh, I wanted that. Where the hell did it go? Here we go. Anti-aliasing, I had it on best 1x1 because I usually have it on 16x16 even for crappy things, but that was when I had a GTX 670, but now I haven't even got a graphics card, so it was just take my word for it. 16x16, that took about 10 minutes to render one frame. Now if you have 800 frames, that's not so good. If you have 1 or 2 frames, that's fine, you can wait half an hour. But 800 frames, that's a lot of time. And I don't plan on working at Pixar anytime soon, where they do like 92 hours per frame, and that's on like a cluster of rendering machines, and that's just stupid. These settings you don't really need to mess with, but they basically do what they say on the tin. Some of these are a little bit more in depth than for doing like really cool stuff. Well, not cool stuff, but really like in depth stuff. This you don't need to put on because it makes it look crap. And yeah, I think that. Oh, I haven't showed you the Adobe Audition file. This is the Adobe Audition file here. So basically, it just. Oh, let's get the marker. Okay, so it's planning to lag out. So this is basically the curve in which you hear it, so it fades in. You got the fading in on my voice here. If I just zoom in here. Oh dear. There we go. Zoom in on the voice, and then I've linked it all up here. Try to link it up with the beats as best I could. A lot of people were saying the audio is a bit quiet. Now, the thing with that is I've done it for your own ears, so you can thank me later, because otherwise it would have sounded crap, because I'm not a very good singer. I've actually got it up here at 7, so it sounds a lot better. I'm just going to play that for you, let you know how it sounds. I don't have resources, I can't even dig, but I'd love a big house where we both could live. Okay, so yeah, that's that. I could have used an auto-tune plugin, but that was like £200, and yeah, I couldn't find a torrent of it. So yeah, I could have used Melodyne or something like that, but again, yeah. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. I'll see you guys in another episode of something on my YouTube channel. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.